Hello there. It's a dark and stormy night here at the compound, but I'm nestled up with a brand new issue of Fangoria magazine. That's right, it's back. It's on newsstands everywhere, and horror movies are hotter than ever. We've got a new Halloween movie about to hit theaters, and Fangoria is out. It's almost like the 80s, except for I have a lot less hair on top. But welcome to Wrestling with Horror. I'm Rev Dan Wilson. And this week we're going to be talking to the hit for hire Bobby Moore. Bobby's a longtime friend of mine. Also grew up in the 80s. He's a big fan of 80s horror. He's going to talk a little bit about that. He's a bad mamma jamma in the world of professional wrestling. He's a man who's known almost as a contract killer in many ways. He will lend out his services to the highest bidder and he'll hurt somebody pretty good. But we're pals, so he's not going to hurt me. He's just going to talk to me about horror movies this week on Wrestling with Horror. I came up in the ranks with him in professional wrestling, spent many hours on the road together, talking and chatting about horror movies. So he was somebody I wanted to have on this show, somebody I had in mind from the get-go. Bobby, tell us, the people at home, exactly how your obsession with horror began.
Oh man, it's so long ago, it's hard to remember, but what I can remember is just going to the video store when I was a kid and just see the horror section. You'd see all these awesome cases, and I just started, my parents were actually cool enough to let me get them, and go home and late at night I'd watch them. They said, you better not start crying with some nightmares or anything. I'm like, oh, I promise. But yeah, I used to love them, and like Friday the 13th, Halloween, that was my shit.
So you would say those were your favorite films?
Oh yeah, I don't think you can beat that, in classic horror. But oh god, Jason came up. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, I know you have a distinct love for Friday the 13th. I'm going to actually zoom in on some of the artwork here on your arm. Some beautiful Jason Voorhees tattoos there. You see the Part 4 video case cover. You mentioned the video cases being something that really entranced you and drew you to horror, that cover art. So in closing, just tell the people exactly how you have taken that love of horror and what elements you've used to bring that to your wrestling career.
Well, I think it's like stuff like that would scare you as a kid, and you see a guy with a mask coming at you like that, a machete, you're gonna run like crazy. So I incorporate like things on the film. I get a shot of like my gear here.
Oh yeah, wow.
Stuff like that, because people will see that and be, oh man, this is a scary MF for coming right here, So I just, anything I can do, if I wear the shirts while I wrestle, I just try to incorporate it any way I can.
Fantastic. Well, Bobby, thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on Wrestling with Horror. Any closing comments for the fans at home?
Nope, just thanks